from Drop of Golden Tarot. We're going to open up a new deck today. It just recently came in from Kickstarter. It is James R Ead's newest deck. And, oh, there's the satchel. And, okay, this is different for him. This long box. So I do have his Prisma Vision tarot deck and his Cosmo Vision Oracle deck. And this is a blend of both of those together. It's called Mirra Visions. And just so you can see the difference in size of the deck, like box. So my Prisma Visions and my Cosmo Visions are both this size box. Open up. I'm sorry, they're both in their like little satchels respectively, not in the box. But and let me see if I can grab those. Oh, okay, here's my Cosmo Visions. So the satchels will go like this. And this is what you get in those boxes normally. So we'll compare that to what we're getting in this box. Okay. So a big guidebook. If we compare that, it is thinner than our other guidebook, but much larger. And if we're comparing like write-ups, let's compare the write-ups. Let's just look at Fool. So here's a write-up for the Fool in our Prism Visions, and here it is in this Mirra Visions. And we're combining the Fool and the Death card here. So we're combining each corresponding card from both decks. So the write-ups really aren't any larger. They will be different because it's combining the two meanings, but it's not bigger. And I without even pulling this deck out, I'm going to tell you that I would have rather have had a book like this, so that when I put these cards into the satchel, the book could go in with. But I mean, it's not gonna make or break me here. This is a nice box though. It's foam, hard foam. It's not cardboard. So when you put your cards in there, they're gonna stay in there and not get roughed up. Magnetic closure, that's all nice. These are going to slide off. Okay, so there is this plastic on the cards, and I don't know if it's on the front and the back, or if it's just, I think it's just on the front. And he did mention this in his Kickstarter like updates, that because of the holographic nature, is that showing up for you, how we're seeing our Fool card. See, now it's looking different on camera than it does for me. So the Fool card that you're seeing here, I see it when I'm at this angle, because it's just a difference between where I'm standing, where the camera is. And then the Death card, So it's pretty cool when you're actually seeing it from one angle. You're not fully seeing the other, or you can hold it so you're kind of seeing both. But because of the surfacing that had to go into that, the manufacturer wouldn't print it without having this or wouldn't cut it, I guess, without having this protective layer over the cards. So you would have to go through the deck itself and remove all of those, which I will. Not on camera, but I will. But looking at the cards themselves, they're about the same thickness, they feel, although, of course, because of the holographic, it has a very different texture there. Same size. Let's see if they are really the same thickness. Well, it's going to be hard to determine that with all the extra layer on there. I probably won't be able to determine that until I have removed all of the coating, because that's going to make my whole deck thicker. But right now there's not a huge difference between the two. There's some difference. I'm going to bet once I get the coating removed, there's not going to be much of a difference at all. So maybe I just need to go away and take the time to do that and then come back. Okay, we're back. So I haven't removed all of these. Here's the plastic sleeves I have removed. Haven't removed all of the plastic sleeves yet, but they're all off the major arcana. So there's 22 cards here, 0 to 21. And I just counted out 22 cards from my Mirra Visions deck so that you could kind of compare. And holding it like this, you can see that, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, you can see that these cards are actually just slightly bigger all the way around. Just a titch, as if that's a real measurement, but it is. They're just slightly bigger. And when I put them height-wise, side by side, they are going to be a little thicker. Not a ton thicker, but a little thicker. So it is going to be a little bit of a thicker deck. And now, so my edges are a little chipped on this one. Okay. That's shuffling my Prisma. And then, oh, I don't know if I want to shuffle this yet. Oh, that's the Prisma. Maybe I should just flip through these cards really quick before I shuffle. That's going to be a little harder. I'm going to have to kind of stand to see what you can see. Okay. So Fool, Death. Magician, Crow. If you want to see the images on either, these are the exact same images that are on the actual decks, respectively. So I'm not really sure how much of a flip through we really need to do. I do have walkthroughs on both decks. There we go. Okay. So let's just shuffle these and see how just the majors themselves shuffle. Oh, they're going to shuffle just fine. Like they have that springiness, that bendiness to make them easy to riffle. But they do have that sound that you get when you have like the holographic stuff. And I don't know, that might be something you really like or something you don't really like. Haven't had a chance to work with this deck yet. Special card here in this deck is Blue Heron, Pink Fox. I haven't looked up the meaning for this. I can really see the pattern on there of the holographic. I can see it better when that plastic's on. Let me see. Than I can when the plastic's off. I can't see the ridges as well when the plastic's off that you have with the holographics. And that could be its own video, couldn't it, be tearing those things off and the sound that they make. So, walkthrough wise, just flipping through the cards. These are going to make the tableau, where if you put all the cards in a suit together, you're going to get one whole picture. Okay, let's be like perfectly honest. Prisma Visions is one of my most favorite decks, one of my most used decks. I absolutely adore it. I bought Cosmo Visions, and I really have not used it. I don't use Oracle cards nearly as much as I use Tarot. There's part of me that wonders why I even buy more Oracle decks. In fact, I haven't bought an Oracle deck in a long time because of that. I do have a few Oracle decks that I really love, but it's not something that I use a lot because you have to learn a whole new system. And I bought that one thinking I'm not going to have to learn a whole new system because it has corresponding with tarot. But then I never sat down to take the time to learn it. And I debated heavily on this deck because I already have Prisma's Visions. In fact, I bought Prisma's Visions. I bought a glossy version. And then when the creator came out with a matte version, I gave the glossy version away and bought the matte version. And then when he came out with the minis, I bought the minis, and I keep the minis like in my car. So I always have a deck on me. And, can you see that? Okay. And so there was part of me that's like, I don't even really need this because I already have Prisma's Visions. I don't use Cosmo Visions. And I thought, well, maybe this would be a great way to start using Cosmo Visions. And then maybe this would be a great way to like streamline my deck space. Is if I really liked this deck and I started using it all the time, then I could get rid of the my Prisma Visions and my Cosmo Visions and just use this deck. But I don't know. I need to really buckle in and use it for a while and kind of see how I feel about it. There's a part of me that thinks I'm going to maybe put this on the shelf and not pay attention to it for a while until the summer, which is not that unusual for me to go to just decks that I know for the winter. Kind of more low energy in the winter. There's part of me that thinks that I will use this deck and work with it and decide that maybe, you know, maybe that'll be right. Maybe this will be the deck for me and I'll get rid of my other two. Maybe I'll find this has got a different place in my collection than the other two and I'll keep all three. Or maybe I'll get rid of this and Cosmo Visions. Or maybe this will make me love Cosmo Visions and start using it on its own. Yeah, there's so many different possibilities here. I don't know which is going to happen. I know I probably am needing to use it sooner rather than later. I also know that when I'm done with this video, I don't know that I have the patience today to sit and take all of these off. And I don't know that I'll use it until I have that done. So, there is all that. I also really would like to read in the guidebook how... So Cosmo Visions is a lot for past life work, which is something that I thought I was really going to dive into. But to be quite honest, I got my hands full with this life. I have not had any, no chance to get into past life stuff. So I just haven't worked with it. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe this would be a great way to take what I know from tarot and get into that aspect. And maybe that I'm ready for that. But if I'm ready for that, I'll probably be more ready for that once the snow stops flying and the days get longer and I find I have more energy. As much as it seems very romantic to be a moon child, I'm not. I am a sun child. I thrive in the sun. I've always been a sun baby. I'm an air sign, but my sun sign's an air sign, I should say. But I really have always loved the sun, being in the sun. Just, it makes me feel more alive. So, I don't know. Some people call that seasonal depression. No, it's not that bad. But I do have more energy, though, when the days are long. I have a more of a desire. I don't like being cold. I don't like shoveling snow. I don't like being outside when it's slushy and the car's going to slide. I just want to go out when it's convenient to go out and be outside when it's nice and convenient. Yeah, I don't enjoy any winter sports, so the things that I enjoy to do are outside, all take place in the summer. So much easier to read a book outside in the summer. So, will I probably end up putting this up on the shelf and waiting? It's a huge possibility. It's a huge possibility, but I did want to get it opened and look at it and kind of see, make sure that it was all intact and, you know, nothing was wrong with it. So if there was something wrong, I'd be able to, in a timely manner, get back to the creator and let them know. But honestly, I've never had any issues. I've backed a couple of Kickstarter campaigns, and I've ordered directly from the shop several times from this creator. I've never had an issue with anything. So, yeah, I guess those are my views. I don't have a lot of views yet. We'll see. If you want to hear me gush about the Prisma Visions deck, I'm sure I've got a video. I know I have a video walkthrough of comparing the glossy to the matte version. I do have to say, though, so I like the matte version because it shows up better on camera. But I was kind of sad when I got rid of my glossy version because the colors were just so much more vibrant. And I don't know, how am I going to feel about this? Color's definitely not more vibrant in this version, even though it's shiny. That looks darker. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. So really, that's all for me now. That's all my thoughts. I'm over halfway done peeling. I'm going to continue to peel. Maybe I should just peel and then we can shuffle the whole darn deck and maybe do a quick reading with it. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I can hear my dogs wanting to come in now, though. So let me take a break here, and then, so I'm not doing this in front of you, and I'll come back. Okay, we're back again. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. I'm going to bring in my things so I know where I'm at. Okay, all right. Kind of tells me where I have to stay. All right, I've already shuffled the deck a couple of times. I've got all the plastic off of it. And boy, it shuffles real nice. But the sound it makes, you just wait. Here we go, ready? I don't know if you're gonna, I don't mind it, but I can see how some people might love it. And some people might find that so irritating. If I could control the sound so it lasted longer, I wish I could. So, now that all the plastic's off, the deck is shuffled. I did realize I do have all my extra cards in this deck, so I probably should, this deck, my new deck only has one extra card, so if I'm going to compare size, I should take all but one of my extras out of here and compare size again. And not a huge difference in how big they are. I do like the matte sides on this. I do feel like they probably are going to hold up better than my silver on my, but do I care that the silver doesn't? I don't care that the silver doesn't hold up very good. My Cosmo Visions, the edges are the labradorite edges that are super sweet. Let me grab them. And so you can see the edges in, let me make sure they're showing up on camera. Yeah, they're showing up on camera really well. The labradorite kind of an edge, kind of a rainbow gas slick, oil spill kind of a type look. And then, so that's what the backs to the Cosmo Visions look like compared to Mirra Visions, compared to Prisma Visions. So kind of, you can see the differences in them. And as far as, yeah, it's not going to be, the images aren't going to be as bright. Now you look at this, and one of the things that the creator does is your majors are always bordered and your minors are not. And your minors aren't bordered because you can make a, like a whole picture with them that runs together. If I find two of the same suit here even that like are near each other, like the 4 and then our 5, and you can see like everything lines up. So you can lay them all out and make one progression, which if you're learning tarot is, I think, is super helpful because you can see the progression in the suits, which helps you see the different meanings for the different numbered cards. So so I did take like a small peek through the book. Gives you some spread ideas, has a lot of the same like 3-card spreads that a lot of people use, past, present, future, obstacle, how to get over it kind of a thing. Shows the Celtic cross, but there is others in here. Like the other life, in order to stand your greater self, the other life connects you with one of your past lives. And the past life regression, which is a huge spread that I've never done, but that could be interesting to do. But again, that would be more of a summer thing for me. But let's just do current position, aspiration, and path to take. And all right, current position. So I'm seeing 4 of Swords or 4 of Birds. Aspiration, 2 of Chalices or 2 of Lotuses, and then path to take. Knight of Pentacles or the Entertainer. So reading it just as I would for tarot, what did I say? Present position, right? Current position, Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a card of rest. It's a card of recuperation. It's a card of that's not moving. Not necessarily stagnant if it was reversed, if you were looking at it reversed. So I guess you could maybe say current position, have I gone from a place of resting and trying to recuperate to a place of being stagnant, like refusing to move forward. That would be, I'm going to feel so called out, I know. So, and then I said, what the next one is going to be aspiration. And you have the Two of Chalices here. And, you know, people who don't know are, well, let me say this. That's not right. I don't want to say that. I want to say that some people interpret the love card as love. I personally don't always do that. I do think more of the Two of Cups card as like the love relationship card. I do think of it as like the meeting of minds coming together, finding that person that gets you, you know. So again, feeling called out here as aspiration. And then the path to take, it's telling me Knight of Pentacles, which I find it kind of interesting. Knight of Pentacles is not like a, it's not a super movement card. Like, as far as the Knights go, like, it's not like the Knight of Swords where you're swift action and Knight of Cups where you're like, moving forward heavily into emotions. It's not the Knight of Wands, which is also a lot of movement. Knight of Pentacles is very much a, it is the most, out of the Knight cards, it's the most grounded. It's the most solid foundation type of Knight that there is. So I think that's quite interesting because, you know, I feel like getting called out, but I'm not also, yeah, Knights are still an action card, but it's not like bold. It's not like fast. It's not like, it's, so I'm going to look up what this entertainer would say so that I can kind of throw that into the mix and look at that. Don't let the magic lose its meaning. Oh, that is so funny. They become Knight of Pentacles and entertainer, two figures that have become overly fixated. When this card shows up, it may be that you have also deadened yourself to your overindulgence in one skill set. You found that your skills have brought you success. It can sometimes be hard to remember the joy that they once brought you. Don't let the magic lose meaning. So kind of a very surfacey level, but if you take that meaning, boy, there's a lot more you can get out of that. And I don't know if I want to go on to that on video. But yeah, like not being open. So if you're going to look at that as what's the path that you have to take, you have to look at that as you need to not be this. You need to be more open. You need to remember the joy. So, yeah, feeling pretty called out. That's pretty normal for a Mirra Visions to do to me. So, again, it's just going to take time to see if having the two decks together is going to add extra value or not. We'll see. And this is it for me today. Be safe, have fun, stay healthy. Bye-bye.